Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of Getting Fit for Golf. We've got James Thompson from JGcollab. Welcome to the show again, pal.
Hi, mate. Thank you very much. Nice to be back.
Got some good feedback from last week about guys that can do the exercises and keep themselves fit. And I actually did a video today, which was a little bit about this, so go and check that out, guys, about how staying fit can really help you mentally during this period, can't it?
Yeah, for sure. And it's the great stuff about being at home is you can do the kind of the hidden training, the stuff behind the scenes that are, which let these players use these big power moves. They have the little hidden muscles that are sometimes a bit mundane, a bit boring, but what a time to do it.
Yeah, 110%. Now, we mentioned last week JGcollab. That's looking like going live around July time.
Yeah, maybe June if we're lucky. Basically, we're finding it hard to just get all the filming done because of the lockdown.
Yeah.
But as soon as that relaxes, we can get them blasted out and get them on there.
Fab. So on today's show, we've got it outlined. We've got importance of glute power, importance of the core. Then we're going to go run through the exercises, but also we've got some good questions coming in about what the pros are doing right now. So the thing that sticks in my mind is Tiger Woods. Everybody goes, activate the glutes. And like quite a funny quote, but they are super important in the golf swing, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. That's mainly what I wanted to touch on today. It's a word that's chucked out in the modern day golf world is glutes, and I'll show you why now. When you say you touch on core, glutes are part of your core, so your abdominals, so your legs. It's a feeling of your body being able to hold things at a certain time so other things can move, and it's an awareness and having not just the awareness, then the ability to use that awareness and actually pull it off. And in a golf swing, that's all it is. So if I was to show you what I mean by how important the glutes are, the first thing that I say to them is they're a massive part of our posterior chain. Posterior chain is like the back of us here. So if you think calves, hamstring, our glutes, our back, us day to day, we don't use them muscles because we're rather sat at a desk, or we never walk forward, sideways. We never walk backwards, do we? Everything we do is forward.
Yeah.
Correct. And if you think about a golf swing, everything is behind us and to the sides. So all of a sudden, we're sat at our desk or sat in the car for hours all week, and then we play golf on Saturdays, and then we just expect our body to work well sideways and backwards, and it's completely alien to it. So when I do the training on the glutes and the core, it's a lot of side to side and working on the stuff behind us.
So how important are they for power? Are they a massive thing for power?
Okay, so if you think about the golf swing, and I'm going to talk through the glutes here now, how they work step by step. So my glutes are on in there. I've got flexing legs, and I want to stay here, don't I? I don't want to come into this part because this is the area where I need the room for my golf swing. So first of all, they're switched on because I'm pinned back here.
Yeah.
Now, if I talk about the weight transfer, if I'm a right-handed golfer, I'm going to sit to my right-hand side. When I sit loaded to this right-hand side, if I grab this glute now, it's on fire, which means it's working hard. If that fails, I'm going to either go in or maybe collapse. So when I talk about load, if I get to this right-hand side, this is rock hard. Now, because I've loaded this one has to switch off a certain percentage so I can get into this one. But it can't switch off fully because at some point, I'm going to want to transfer it back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I'm using my right one 100%. This one's switched on 60, 70%. Then I'm coming down, and you talk about power, Alex. How many of your top guys now and use the power by that squatting method?
Yeah, I mean, like Rory McIlroy, John Ram, Justin Thomas, like they're almost off the ground, aren't they, at impact?
Yeah, correct. So that's the move that they have. So if you think about the glute loaded, then I'm down into my leg, and then I've got to be aware of then the transition is going into my left hand side, and then my left glute's got to take all the thingy. So I'm permanently working side to side. A great example I use when I'm teaching is a goalkeeper. If you think about a goalkeeper, going to save a penalty. If he makes a little move here first, he's got a great chance of getting that way, hasn't he?
Yeah.
If he makes a big move this way, he ain't got a chance of going that way, has he?
No.
That's where your good trainers, your good golf fitness coaches will get hold of their athletes, get hold of the professionals, amateurs, whatever, and just say, listen, they'll teach them how to feel that load, and then you can start adding power when you've got that awareness.
Just got a question coming in for you, James here. From Mike Crimmon, do you have any recommendations to people with spine restrictions? Now, the one thing I'm going to say just before, guys, any exercises that we do, just please do them safely for one. But is there anything you could recommend on that, James?
On spinal restrictions?
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that's quite a wide topic. You would have to. I would have to know what restrictions they were. I definitely wouldn't start going into any power series with that.
Mm-hmm.
Your best way would do a rehab program.
Would we go down like mobility?
Absolutely. You would look at your movement first. You would get rid of any limitations, any restrictions. That's where top physios are worth the weight in gold, because you'd have to deal with that issue first before you started doing the stuff that I would put on, especially tonight.
Yeah. So ultimately, you've got to get your body in a position where you can move a little bit better.
If you had problems, you would find the problems on their own before you started gluing anything together.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, definitely. Important advice. I think people might be watching this, whether it's spine, whether it's shoulder, you've got to get the body in a certain point where it can train in order to do these stuff.
Correct. I've got no limitations, and I'm strong in my legs, so I know when I'm doing these kind of power moves, I'm not going to put my back in any jeopardy. If I didn't have that awareness or didn't have that glute power, guarantee something else would be doing the move, and that would be a back issue, 100%. So you've got to be really careful.
Okay, so we touched on the core before. Are these top guys working on this kind of stuff week in, week out? Are they working on the glutes? Are they working on the core? Or is it something they do in the off season?
Yeah, the off season, obviously, in most cases, especially you'd say your athletes, they will be a lot more weights training, a lot more intense, maybe adding some size, adding some muscle. So then there's more power there eventually. But in the main season, in golf season, it will be about maintenance really, and just making sure that golf swing is repeatable, and any bad moves that they have physically, I'm going to say mentally, I mean via motor skills, that they're teaching the body ways to not bring in them bad moves. If you watch, all you have to do is watch pre-shot workouts, don't you?
Yeah.
Pre-shot, and you see some of the things that pros do, and you're watching it and you're thinking, that looks a bit weird. All they're doing there is physically putting something into their mind that tell them that's the opposite of what they want to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So all the training that they'll be doing will be working on that kind of stuff. Then a lot of pre-shot routines now you find a lot will probably come from the gym. Interesting.
I mean, the one that I kind of think of, Justin Rose, I see him doing some kind of different stuff before Eddie Pepperell.
Yeah, Norrin. I mean, Norrin's is I mean, but I think it was it's Franny Molinari, wasn't it, about the squat and then the jump?
Yeah.
Because he had to find some length in his game, and like we just said to you, his length was found by engaging the legs and then really opening up that clear. And you watched him, and a lot of it was he was doing that and then kind of that, and he was doing that when hitting balls on the range when he won at the Open.
Yeah, I mean, he even lifts his left foot up during the backswing now.
I mean, that's just weight transfer, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And that probably started as a drill, and then at some point it's just gone, why am I drilling it and not hitting balls like that?
It feels too good not to do it.
It feels too good, and that's where the fitness has come into the golf game. It's all about feelings and movements, and if you can find them in the gym, once you take them on the course, you get feedback from a bad swing. You're in a very good position.
Yeah.
If you're on that tee and you've hit one 30 yards right, and you know straight away because you've worked on your body, your body tells you that bad move and you can sort it like that, then well that's dreamland, isn't it?
Because you look at how golf's going now. All golfers and the new breed of golfers are all going down that athlete route, aren't they? Like you look at Bryson, the amount of muscle he put on during the off season last year was unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it's a funny one, Bryson. I'd love to. Obviously, I don't know him. I've never met him, so I'd hate to comment on what he had was great, and it looks like he's maybe sacrificed what he had to gain a length that he probably didn't need. But time will tell. If he goes on to win majors, then who am I to say it's wrong or right? But it's a funny one, that one. I don't really know what to comment on.
Because he was long enough anyway, wasn't he? He wasn't like he was a short.
Didn't struggle, did he?
Yeah.
And you look at some players down the years. I mean, the one that comes to mind is probably Manasaro. I think, did he win at Wentworth?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He did. And then wanted 20 yards and seemed to have lost his game. So that's where maybe
Luke Donald as well.
Yeah, maybe looking back, he either trained wrongly for it and tried to find the power from somewhere else that wasn't him. But I don't know, that's where you've got to be so careful, and it's not all about length, is it, sometimes?
No, definitely not. But okay, show us the first exercise for today.
Okay, guys, these are really simple. I've got a few TheraBands. I've got my buggy battery just acting as a weight, really. So I'm going to find my bands. I've just got them below my knees. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand in my golf posture. Okay, you can do it stood up, but we're trying to behave as golfers, so why would we not use golf posture?
Sure.
So in my golf posture, if you watch mine, I have a tendency to curve from the lower back. So I've got to be cautious of that. So just tuck up from there. Okay. And I'm just going to stand in my posture and I'm just going to walk. Can you see that?
What you were talking about before, being able to move sideways.
I'm transferring weight, and if you watch me, I always return to a neutral. I'm not just going left. I'm not just going right. I'm always coming back to where I want to be.
Would you recommend doing like a little pause once you get there? Pause, do it, pause.
Yeah, have a look at yourself. Pause. I'm quite body aware, so I know I'm back where I need to be.
Yeah.
But just have a good on my over my ball. I'm with my goal. I'm keeping my posture. I've done 20 seconds there, Alan. My ass is screaming there. It feels good.
And then if you want to make it harder, would you hold the battery?
With that one, I probably wouldn't need to change that. I wouldn't need to change. You could add more resistance, add a few more bands. But that is what it is, that.
And what would you say that's a great way to warm up before an event?
Yeah, it's a great way to fire them up, innit? If something's fired up, Alex, and you hit something, it's a lot easier to find it mentally. If I've burned something, for example, if I've done 20 sit-ups and then someone told me to do a plank, my plank would probably be better after doing the sit-ups because I've got a feeling of recruiting my abs, not my back. Does that make sense?
And that's a really good point, that, because I remember when we used to do exercises, me, you, and Tom, when in South Africa, Tom would do sort of like rotation stuff with the bands, and that gave him a great feeling of being explosive through the ball. So, and it's just having that bit of the body switched on to then go and be athletic on the golf ball. Yeah. Okay, exercise number 2.
Next, so the same setup. I'm going to stand over my golf ball, and I'm going to load my left side. I'm going to do both. By loading my left side, by just coming up onto my right toe. So straight away, I've took some pressure off the right side, so my left side's got to work hard. I keep my hips and my shoulders nice and square, in line. Stay my ball, and I'm just going to step. Like that. Now, if I move, my glute has to switch off, because it has to, because I'm going to go right. I'm trying to get it to be stable, so I do not move, Alex. Watch my posture. And I'm just stepping. If I get good at that, I could add some dynamic speed, and I can be...
So, James,
I'm still not moving, am I?
No, you're saying so central. And would you say doing that in front of a mirror would be a good place to do that?
All these in front of a mirror is great. That's what gym mirrors are for. It's not to look at your arms. It's to look at stuff like that, even though I do tend to look at my arms.
What arms? No, nothing there, pal. I've just got a really great comment here. You know, you're using the bands. Keith McIntosh said it'd be great to have some exercises for senior golfers 60 plus. I know you already work with kind of a lot of these golfers anyway. But those first two, would you say they'll be good for seniors and you don't even have to use a TheraBand?
Oh, mate, absolutely. Mate, I've got a full library of exercise for seniors and stuff like that. I mean, and I touched on it last week. You only have to go onto the first tee box and see the seniors, and they all try and do a warm up in some way, don't they?
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, it's a completely wasted warm up. So the answer to the bloke's question, mate, you've got to look into it. And if you're willing to spend 15 minutes warming up, don't waste it. Make sure it's stuff that's genuinely going to help you.
Yeah. So would you recommend those two exercises without the TheraBand?
I'd recommend all this today, apart from maybe the last one.
Okay, perfect. So Keith, stick around.
I'd swap sides, obviously.
Yeah. So do it both ways. So just remind us remind us of that one again, James.
What? Same again?
Yeah, just remind us of that one again.
Okay, so I'm staying nice and still, and I'm just putting pressure. I do not move. My pelvis stays the same. My shoulders stay the same, and then I'd swap sides.
So, but the core feels pretty activated doing that, doesn't it?
Because if I'm not moving, my core is my glue.
Yeah.
So for that, I want to stay still. That's a great attribute to a strong golf swing. Is staying still when you need to, and that's exactly what that drill represents. So
we all look at Rory now, and he's apparently an absolute beast on the peloton, on the bike, on the indoor stuff, and he's the one that's sort of, for me, leading the way of golf fitness. I know Tiger was the person who started that, but for me, Rory's one of the leading ones now.
Yeah.
During like a week, is he lifting heavy?
I would say probably not now.
No.
Well, he might be doing now because of the situation we're in, but currently at this time of year, probably not.
Okay.
It will be all there'll be stuff similar to this, but very much advanced. Yeah. It'll be all loady stuff, posture stuff. That stuff is harder than the heavy lifting, but the heavy lifting has put him in a good position to be better at them.
Fab.
But there's no way tournament weeks he'll be shelling out heavy deadlifts and stuff like that. Absolutely no chance.
So Mike Craman said, is there any link to James's page? There is. It is just down below. JGcollab. I'll leave all the information down there, and it should already be down there. So go and check it out. I know the website's not fully up right now, but the videos that we did last week are on the page, and the videos that I think we're doing this week as well are going to be on there as well.
Alex, I've just got a bit of a dilemma.
What's your dilemma?
I've just had a low battery thingy.
That's right.
I'm just going to set up my other phone now. So if it goes, just ring me back within 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, mate. Okay, so we've done the side to side. Mm-hmm. Now we're just going to do the same, but we're going to go backwards.
Okay, perfect. So
load it up. Exactly the same, and I just go back. Now we talked about keeping our height in the golf swing. Keeping our height comes from basically just keeping still. And if you think about a good golfer, they actually do go higher and lower, but they don't change the height, do they? We talked about that.
I'd say it's quite essential.
If you think about that power move and that squat, that move.
Yeah. I think we just lost James there, guys. Hopefully we'll get him back. So guys, everything that we're talking about today is fantastic to help you get in a better position, get in a better position, not only for your golf swing, but actually physically. And something that I've written in my notes that I really wanted to touch on with you is a great feeling of, I believe that if you are working on a aspect of your golf game or working on something during this lockdown period, whether that be fitness, whether it be some chipping in the garden, whatever it might be, it puts you in a great position mentally where it actually feels like you're achieving something. So I'm a big believer in this. A lot of the guys on tour after a round of golf may go and do something in the gym, take their mind off things, put themselves in a better position mentally, because then you've got the feeling of, right, okay, I've achieved something. I now can move on to something. And it's massive for me, because if you can feel as though you're in a better place mentally, you're going to get that extra advantage. And that's doesn't matter what level you're at. So all we're trying to do here is give you a really good insight on how you can just be in a better position for your body. Now, a lot of you will have watched today's video that went up about the Garmin S62 approach. American Golf were lucky enough to send 2 of these to me. So I'm giving you guys, I'm giving you a chance to win one. So head over to my latest YouTube video. I'll tell you exactly how you can win this. Obviously, after you watch the show, guys, just waiting for James to come back in, because these things are great. And in terms of fitness, I've been using it to go cycling, track how many calories, what's my heart rate been, and it's really put me in a fantastic position to be actually feel like I'm achieving something in my golf game right now, because I'm trying to work on a feeling of getting better body, better physical, mental state. And fingers crossed, James is going to tell us a few more exercises in a second when he jumps back on the call. Give us 2 seconds, guys, and hopefully he will be joining us. Because I can't recommend these enough, because if you can get yourself in a better body position, you're going to be absolutely flying when you get back out to the golf course. And I think if you look at this lockdown period as actually a time to go, right, reflect, how can I improve golf? How can I get fitter mentally and physically? It's absolutely massive. Other things I want to talk about, we spoke about it with Andrew Murray the other day. Will we be back out on the golf course soon? I actually am a big believer in that. I think we will be. I really think we will be back out on the golf course very soon, because we're seeing Northern Ireland opening up golf courses. I think 13th of May comes to mind, and that's going to really put us in a position where I think we're hopefully going to be back out on the golf course. I know I certainly can't wait to test this, but also just getting some content for you guys. I think we have James back. I think we got him back now, guys, which is fantastic. We're back.
Sorry, mate.
All right. So what's exercise number 3?
Sorry about that, pal. My little lad's on my phone playing a game all day.
No, that's all right, don't worry. What's exercise number 3?
So we're just on the side steps, haven't we? Back step.
Yeah.
So just go back to the teaching point to the back one. So we talked about that height. If I do this, I'll go from this side. I'm loading my right side. Watch, this is a bad move. This is where I'll fail. You see that?
Yeah, you moved.
If I come back, that means my glute switched off because I've come into the area where the glute should be working hard. Yeah, hence I would lose posture in there. So when I'm doing it, focus on just over my ball. Look at my head, Alex. Look at my high. It does not move.
Fab.
And I've done 3 reps there, and that's screaming.
Yeah. I know I've done these with you in the gym. And they're not, they hurt after a bit.
They do hurt. They do hurt.
So what's the next one for us?
So we're just going to do some loaded swings. It's a bit more advanced. So I've got my buggy. I've got my buggy battery. And I'm going to, the leg that I've loaded, I'm going to put the weight in it as well. Okay, now as I've got a weight, I'm going to want to move or move. I don't. I just keep everything in line. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Everything straight. That's hard for me. Okay, now I'll hold the weight. I've got a flex knee. I've kept my posture. And I'm just going to swing the leg. Again, I want to move there a lot. That's a massive core burn. I can feel my abs. I can feel my glutes. Everything is working very, very hard there just to keep still.
And would you do that both sides again?
Yeah, I'll do both sides on all of them. Like I said to you before, we're transferring weight left and right, right and left, different speeds, different percentages. The more you can learn to understand by working hard on them, the more you could put that together.
Fab. I've got a question for you. You know, a lot of people will look at these and go, they won't have that much of an impact, or I don't feel like it does much. But honestly, I can't recommend doing golf exercises, especially at the minute, because I think if you can work on your golf swing in a fitness aspect, you're going to feel better when you get back out to the golf course mentally, and actually the swing will feel better. How much could you recommend doing fitness aspect?
For me, you want to say you went. If you go on a TPI website, you can search for a trainer in your local area or something. You'll go there and you'll probably spend on average £35, £40 an hour or something. If you saw that trainer for 2 months and spent 500, 600 pound, right? If you went to, I don't know, say a fitting centre, and you hit your driver and your 7-iron 10 times, you took all your numbers, club head speed, whatever. They might say they give you a 600 pound driver there and then, and you hit your driver and your numbers went up by 2 or 3. Your yardage went up by 6 or 7 yards or something. Most amateurs would jump at that driver and spend the 600 pound, wouldn't they?
Yeah, 100%.
If you was to spend that on a trainer, your numbers will go up way more than that with the same driver that you had in the first place. You're fitter, you're stronger, you're going to get injured less. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer. And some of these amateurs, I've never seen so much passion from amateurs with any sport other than golf. And I don't understand how they don't see that spending time on your body is so important, more so than anything. Because that is what affects that golf ball. If you can get this fit and aware of what you do wrong in golf swings, then it takes care of this, especially with a good golf coach.
Yeah, and I think like what you do is when you get an elite player, you're part of that mechanical team, aren't you? You've got your golf coach, you've got your psychologist, you've got your fitness, and then you've also got your player in the middle.
That's why I think that's why these golfers have got so good, and there's so many of them. I mean, you can't, apart from obviously Rory and a few others, you can't predict a top 20 in a tournament anymore.
No, anybody's good enough to win, aren't they?
All so good because they've all got these great guys around them, these great teams, and if they've got them around them, then it makes no sense for amateurs not to have a team around them as well. It's only having a decent trainer and a decent golf coach that communicate to each other twice a week, email, just had John Smith in, worked on this, text me back, and then that's how you get better.
Because it's amazing. I mean, you opened my eyes to this. When people go for a golf lesson, they're trying to get into a new position. Now, that could just actually be a position that their body won't let them get into. So applying that and meshing that in with the fitness side of things is a no-brainer. Yeah,
and you see a lot of it drives me mad because you see a lot of golf coaches now and online, obviously, and they're trying to teach these power moves that these top players have. You think Fleetwood's power move came to fashion 2 or 3 years ago? The short backswing, the fast hips, the compression on the ball. Now you look at your more modern day world, Cameron Champ Wolf, and they're trying to copy these guys. Guys were physically born to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Can't teach that. They can't teach that in a golf swing to 98% of people because it just wouldn't work. You got to find out, what your golf swing is at its best, and that will be dictated by your body.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, James, give us one more exercise.
One more, mate. Okay, basically, I fired my glutes up, feeling strong. Now we're just going to put it into. We've done a lot of stuff that you didn't really think is very golfy, so I'm just going to put it into a little golf one for you. I've just got my club. I'm just going to put square on my shoulders. I'm going to stand over my golf ball. Okay. Now I'm just going to load one side.
Mm-hmm.
As I load it, I'm going to get into it. So I'm pushing. So we've talked about that little load into the right side, and I'm just going to turn into it. See, my chest has come over this side. I've not collapsed. Just pushing into the glute. Hold, and then I'm going to step back into my posture.
Nice.
Now, all you've got there is a feeling, like I just said to you, of load. If you are loaded and you feel good, you do not need to swing that golf club so far back. If you've learned how to get in here and feel strong here, you can go. And the stronger you are, the more loaded, the more connected this can all be. You see a lot of amateurs, and they have to create some kind of swing speed. They have to overswing, don't they?
Yeah.
But I can't connect that coming back then. That's only just going to be this.
Yeah, you're relying so much on timing, aren't you? You're relying on hand-eye coordination.
The lottery in it.
Yeah, Definitely. You know, those exercises we've done today, would you recommend doing them in that order? Like activate it, then start doing the movements, and then build up the golf?
If I started on that one, I wouldn't really felt it as much as I did when I finished on it.
Okay.
So, right.
Yeah, cracking. That was awesome today. Got some great comments, guys. And for everybody that's been asking where you can find all James' information, the link to JGcollab is down below. I'm not even asked him yet, but I'm going to say we're going to be back here next Tuesday looking at some different exercises to help you during lockdown.
I'm not doing anything else. So whatever you want me to do, I will cover for you.
Fab. Thanks very much. Cheers for coming on, James.
All right, no worries. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. And guys, thank you for joining me today on the Golf Chat Show Live. As always, I appreciate your support. We will be back on the show very soon. Thanks very much. Oh, before I go, don't forget this. You need this.